Welcome back to another episode of Anything and Everything. We bad like cook crack in the 80s. I am your host, Lawrence Johnson. Appreciate y'all tuning in. My fault, I wasn't here on Monday. You know, I was moving, grooving, vibing, slide. Had to do my own thing, you know what I'm saying? I was traveling, things was happening. But now we back. And we gonna waste no time talking about maybe one of the most embarrassing meetings of all time. That's the one that Hegseth and Trump flew generals from all over the world to DC/Virginia, which all could have just been an email. And when I tell you it was embarrassing, I mean like embarrassing to the point I felt awkward. First off, Trump came out there. I've never heard a crowd so silent before. And it's like, well, that's because all these generals know that you about to bullshit to them. But I think Hegseth, bro, take the case, son. When I'm telling you, I'm just going to start off. He had maybe one of the cringiest moments I've ever seen in my life. Take a look.
Should our enemies choose foolishly to challenge us, they will be crushed by the violence, precision, and ferocity of the War Department. In other words, to our enemies, F-A-F-O. If necessary, our troops can translate that for you.
F-A-F-O? Really? You thought that was going to get you a round of applause or some laughter like, ooh, let's go take out the enemy. You are a fucking loser and a dweeb and an alcoholic. Do you think those generals don't remember the fact that you shared war plans with a news reporter in a Signal group text? People don't forget. Hegseth, you're an idiot. Every general in there knows that you're an idiot. And then you pull them together and be like, oh yeah, you guys are all fat. I can't be looking at fat generals. When we all just saw you in RFK, the man with the worst voice of all time, struggling to do fucking like 10 pull-ups and some push-ups. I mean, it's a time and a place, but the fact that then you then walked off thinking you was going to get a round of applause and it was just dead silent, I know you probably wanted to jump off a fucking roof when you got back to your hotel. Listen to this silence.
Because we are the War Department. Godspeed.
Room, attention.
Newsflash, my friend, they don't fuck with you. They don't like you. You think all them dudes there supporting you when you're asking them basically, hey, we're going to war. This is Department of War now. And all of them sitting there like, yeah, are you fucking going, bro? No, you're not. At least you served, unlike your orange buddy who's like, oh, well, I have some difference in my bone alignment, and I just can't go to the draft like, you know, most rich Nepo babies do. But you, Hegseth, oh, you are an embarrassment, my friend. And it wasn't just that. Then he went on to rant about, oh, no more women that aren't as strong as men. I know you guys don't want this. No more dudes in dresses. And it's just like, who in the army was in dresses? And then the fact that you had to say, oh, yeah, we're not walking on eggshells anymore. Sexual assault, no more quietness, no more saying it without putting a name to it and your own name on it. It's like, oh, yeah, no wonder you said that. We remember that you've been accused of sexual assault 3 different times and paid people out more than $50,000. You know who does that? Guilty people. So there's no surprise there that you're like, hey, shut the fuck up. We're not talking about when you get assaulted anymore. Fuck that. You're going to have to deal with this shit. And it's like, oh, well, that's an interesting choice. And then Donald Trump, he picked up right where he left off and just kept fucking up. And listen to him when he tries to, address the crowd of how silent it is. Because he's, desperate for applause, as always. That's what they need, gratification. And then he tries to say a joke that's not really a joke, and that's also met with maybe 1 or 2 laughs.
I've never walked into a room so silent before. This is very... Don't laugh. You're not allowed to do that. You know what? Just have a good time. And if you want to applaud, you applaud. And if you want to do anything you want, you can do anything you want. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank. There goes your future.
Yeah, that didn't go over how you thought it was, did it? I know. And that's because, like I said, you guys are both idiots. And none of those generals want to be there. You're talking to generals that are most likely all 60 plus. And they're like, well, I'm not trying to pass a physical test twice a year no more. And then for you to say, oh, we're going to war with our own people. That's what this whole entire Department of War shit was about. Oh, I think we should train in some of our inner cities. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You gonna send military training to cities you don't like? You know, New York, San Francisco, Portland, Chicago. We're gonna clean them all up. And it's just like, wait, so we're going to war with ourselves? That's your big meeting? That's what you wanted to tell the people? Oh yeah, fuck this country. We just gonna, we just gonna, we gonna go to war with ourselves. We gotta go clean these streets up. It's like, I don't know if you've been to Portland like ever, but that shit is long done, long gone. They aren't even really doing anything anymore. And then now we see the footage of what Chicago looks like, and it's like, well, this looks like a waste of taxpayer dollars. They're patrolling the streets of downtown Chicago in broad daylight. It looked like they on a fucking school trip. It don't look like they doing anything. And then you had dude chase him down on a bike. He said, fuck Trump, and the whole entire squad chases him on a bike. Now, how does that make sense to you? What did he do wrong? This is what my tax dollars is going towards? I'm sorry. I just don't agree. This is egregious. I mean, the fact that Trump used the words, we're being invaded from within, should tell you everything that you need to know about what side he's, on. And it's weird because when did we start being invaded? Like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I think that these liberal cities are out to get us and they're going to overrun our cities and they're Antifa. And it's just like, wait a second. So you're literally trying to have our military go after cities because of crime rates. But then when you send them to the cities, they don't even go to the crime-rated areas. I don't see none of them in the hood. I see them in downtown, broad daylight Chicago, where crime doesn't happen unless you go inside the building where financial crime happens. And y'all don't seem to care about that at all. It's just a very confusing time for me, to be honest with you. And I know, I mean, like, listen to how he said invaded from within.
We're under invasion from within. No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. These people don't have uniforms. But we are under invasion from within. We're stopping it very quickly.
What the fuck are you talking about? And then the worst clip of it all is we're going to go back to Hegseth when he was talking to Dweeb himself. He said no more rules of engagement. And it's like, wait, what the fuck does that mean?
We unleash overwhelming and punishing violence on the enemy. We also don't fight with stupid rules of engagement. We untie the hands of our warfighters to intimidate, demoralize, hunt, and kill the enemies of our country. No more politically correct and overbearing rules of engagement. Just common sense, maximum lethality, and authority for warfighters.
It's like rules of engagement is one of the most important things when it comes to war. That means no hospitals. That means no women. That means no children. That means no civilians. And all of a sudden, we just saying, fuck that? Oh, when we go in, we're going to use force? And then this dumbass said, oh, we're going back in the day to where, yes, drill sergeants can put their hands on people. And it's like, well, they haven't been able to do that since like the 80s. So if they was doing that, they was kind of breaking the law. But clearly, we now know that the law means nothing to you guys. And you're trying to make this into a fascist country and a dictatorship. And if you still want to argue that, I mean, it's not going to be until they actually knock on your door and say, hey, bro, these are the rules. We just saw that you broke them. You come with us. That you'll be like, wait, hold on. We are in a dictatorship? Like JoJo said, just a little too late, dickheads. Now, moving on to what, I mean, should be international news and crime and what they're breaking international law. Somebody should send bombs over there. I'm just kidding. You know, actually, but if they're doing what you said they're doing, that could be a response. Because now, as we know, the flotilla has made it into the red zone, which is supposedly a war zone. Oh, you can't come this far. This is too far. Back up. No, it's like, well, shut the fuck up. That's why 44 different countries have come together to all break this blockade and deliver food and aid directly to them. And what is Israel's latest play, which is just honestly unbelievable? I mean, it's egregious, Mufasafili of a sinners for them to even try this, but this is how they're trying to latest insult our intelligence. With this Greta is tied and the flotilla is tied to Hamas. It is Hamas funded. I know, it's like I wasn't fucking born yesterday. Do you think I'm an idiot? Why are you disrespecting me like that? This is what I mean with Israel, with y'all lies. We're not 60 plus years old. We don't just watch Fox News and CNN, bro. I go on the internet. I'm not a dumbass. This is the most heavily surveilled country in maybe the world. And you're just discovering that supposedly this is Hamas funded. And then you use 2 pictures of not even the same motherfucker. And this is your official military Twitter that's making this announcement. It's almost as bad as our FBI director, Dweeb Patel, making his stupid ass announcements that he makes. But people, they already did one flotilla. We've never heard of Hamas funding. But now on the second flotilla, oh, they're violent. This is Hamas funded. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, Bibi, you are such a dickhead and a dweeb, son. This shit is unbelievable. But what did they do? They're no more a selfie yacht. It used to just be all for likes and engagement. Oh, you guys are scamming. But now, oh, they're violent threats. This is what I mean when we don't believe you anymore, right? And then, what do you guys decide to do? In the pitch black of night, you send Israeli armored ships to surround them and then illegally capture them in international waters.
This is the Israeli Navy. You are approaching a blockaded zone. If you wish to deliver aid to Gaza, you may do so through the established channels. Please change your course toward the port of Ashdod, where the aid will undergo a security inspection and then be transferred into the Gaza Strip.
And then people have the audacity to go online and say, well, why are they not listening to the Israeli war forces when they made the announcement of, hey, you are entering a war zone. Change direction and drop your aid off at a different location and we will take it and give it to them. That's the whole fucking point. We do not want to give any more aid or anything that's considered humanitarian to Israel or the IDF because you guys are fucking liars. And then you go and starve them and then you go put it in God's nowhere and then you fly in some influencers and then you have them take videos and say, oh, well, look at this. Why isn't Hamas and the Palestinian people talking about all the aid? Because it's a fucking fake Hollywood setup. We know what you're doing. You're not giving them any aid. And then you want these people that just was on a boat for almost a month straight to go a different direction and then just go hand up all the aid to y'all? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys are fucking idiotic. No, they should be able to keep on floating their boats and go straight to Gaza so people can see with their own eyes what the fuck is really going on. But you don't want people to see that because then what happens? All your lies and facade go up in the air. And this is coming right off the back of Trump and Netanyahu supposedly reaching a peace deal. Yeah, Netanyahu came and visited America once again and took a ridiculous fucking flight just to get here because he should have been arrested because he's a war criminal considered the ICC and ICJ, which are the, two most important courts in the fucking world. But then, what happens after that, people? Well, they say, oh, we've reached a peace negotiation deal. All for all hostage exchange. But then it's like, wait, you start to look into the actual deal and it's, oh, the IDF isn't actually going to leave. Palestinians aren't allowed to criticize Israel in the media. Palestinians still have to have a separate ID card. Palestine will not be recognized as a state. So why the fuck would they accept this deal? And it has nothing saying that they're going to gain their land back or get any reparations. And what, you don't believe in reparations no more, Israel? You've been getting them from Germany since the fucking World War II of 1948. And we give you $3.8 billion. And what do you decide to do with it? Pay influencers in America $6,000 to $7,000 per post talking and on their knees about you. And we supposed to trust y'all and trust your word for it. Man, I just wish I had zero morals. It was just like, I didn't give a fuck. I would be making so much money off you dickheads. But no, you want to keep on pushing this false narrative that no one believes. You guys are really fucking stupid. It's kind of amazing to me. Not gonna lie. Almost astonishes me that you guys don't have the brain capacity or power to process that this isn't working. But, whatever. keep on lying to yourselves. That's what you need to do, because the flotilla now has been captured. And what has happened to these people, we don't know. We know the lead boat has been kidnapped in pitch black of night. Because why didn't they do it during the day? Because they didn't want to show themselves committing an international crime. I'm just saying, people, this is literally the worst country in the world. I'll state that out. Point blank, period. It is 2025. Israel, the blue and white, the worst country in the world. And everybody hates y'all. And stop conflating Zionism and Judaism. Netanyahu, shut the fuck up. They're not the same thing. Zionist, satanic. Judaism, religious. You see the difference? Zionists, fucking scumbags that steal people's land. And they sell land right now in New York in the West Bank. Knows in the West Bank? Palestinian people. Judaism, they don't do any of that. They're just fucking Jewish. So you get that? Zionists fucking suck. Judaism, hey, that's their religion. That's their choice. You get it now, people? Big fucking difference. Don't listen to Bibi go up there and talk about, oh, well, Zionism, no. You guys aren't the same thing. And then you have the audacity while you with Trump to say and bring up the Bible? Huh? The people that killed Jesus? You bring up the Bible. You don't even believe in Jesus. You don't even think he's the son of God. But now you bring up the Bible saying people that curse Israel will also be cursed. And that's what's happening now. Oh, you a sick fucking individual. You should open your Bible a little bit more, because it says in Scripture, people that use that Scripture to their own benefit to try to control people, guess what? Eternity in hell. And that's where you're going, buddy. You fucking suck. I was going to save this part for Patreon, but fuck all that. This need to be on YouTube, because I see y'all running ads on YouTube and Google, so go ahead and try to suppress this one. Fucking dweebs. Now, moving on to something else. Where is the right-wing violence? That's what I mean. We're not talking about the man. And what's crazy is, you know what? This shows that even I haven't been informed enough, because I don't even know his name off the top of my head. But the right-wing Trump supporter that decided this past weekend to drive through a church, open fire, and kill a bunch of people. Have you heard a word about it? I know, not much. Made headlines for 24 hours, and next thing you know, nothing. One image of him with a Trump shirt, and him, with deers, and him shooting guns, and talking about libtards. And all of a sudden, prayers. We need this to stop happening. Religious attacks are so bad. What happened to this? Is a terrorist. Why isn't this person a right-wing lunatic that's violent, that's trying to attack religions? And that we should be looking into everybody on the right wing because it's an extremist group. You see how fucking insane that sounds because of one act of violence? But that's the thing. That's not one act for the right wing. It's hundreds. Way more than people from the left wing. But you don't see the left wing trying to paint the right wing as terrorism or terrorists. I mean, of course, some people do. But for the most part, it's, oh, wow, this is crazy. This person needs mental help. We should probably try to focus on gun control. That's the route they go. They don't say, hey, all Republicans are a terrorist group. You guys see the difference? I hope you do, because that's why we so fucked right now. And that's why Trump thinks it's okay that he can just send our military on our tax dollars wherever the fuck he wants. When in reality, he shouldn't be able to do that. I'm just saying, people, the silence is very loud when it comes to something like this, because I just want you to think and imagine if this was a person of color, or if this is a person in the LGBTQ community, or if this person was a Biden supporter. How big of this news would it have been? A man driving through the church doors and then open firing and killing people. Would it not have made a sweeping headline? Would we not have some sort of ceremony or some sort of, hey, let's put the flag at half-mast because these left-wing lunatics are fucking insane and trying to kill us? But no, since he's a Trump supporter, prayers and our best wishes. We got to do better. It's like, oh, fuck. The double standard's insane, son. I appreciate y'all tuning in, at least for the YouTube episode. Now hop over to Patreon where we talk about Charlie Kirk's latest discovery, because Candace Owens has broke this case all the way the fuck open, people. Now we going to hop right over there keep moving, grooving, vibing, slide with me. But I appreciate y'all tuning to anything and everything. And then we're going to carry this on the Patreon. I'll see y'all on Friday, though, gangsters.
You've just tuned in to another edition of Iniquitous News Network with Lawrence Johnson. Don't forget to hate and subscribe.